Hey everyone, Senrai Kai here. Today I'm gonna check out a show called Nisekoi. Now this is a rom-com show by Studio Shaft, which those two things alone get me pretty excited. Rom-com shows I pretty much always enjoy. And Studio Shaft has made a lot of great stuff, so I'm pretty eager to get into this one. I don't really know too much about the show aside from what I just stated, and that I think it's one of those shows where people have strong opinions over who Best Girl is. I guess we'll see what my opinion ends up being on that by the time I finish the show. But yeah, so let's just jump on in and see what the show is all about. Yeah, with all that out of the way, let's jump on in and see what kind of Nisekoi shenanigans are abound. So, okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, this isn't quite how I imagined the show starting. Like, it's obviously a flashback of some sort. Very interesting atmosphere. I mean, it's Studio Shaft. I guess none of this should be too surprising. But forever in love. You keep the lock, and I'll take this key. So there we go, like a bond started from childhood, like a childhood promise sort of thing. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what this looks like. Oh wow, yeah, full-on childhood promise. This sort of thing is very common in visual novels. Childhood promise to get married. And the episode itself is called The Promise, Yakusoku. Chef? Is our protagonist a good cook? Wow. Yeah, this so feels like a Shaft show. Even if nobody told me, I would know this was a Shaft show. Oh wow, that tongue. What the? Okay, so he's like Yakuza guy. Okay. I would be afraid to cook for a bunch of Yakuza. I mean, they probably aren't going to be happy to hear that. Gotcha. They very much wants to be out of the family business, it looks like. Is that our Yakuza boss? Dad? Yeah, nobody wants to get too close to the scary Yakuza dudes. So is this like an everyday occurrence? Does this guy even have friends here, or are they too afraid of him? You don't seem too concerned. Yeah, I definitely don't blame him for wanting to get out of that life, get a civil servant kind of job, something more safe. So yeah, definitely not a girlfriend. Although that may change, considering this is a rom-com show. So yeah, he still has the lock, 3D animated. Okay, I would treat it a little bit better than that. Like, you feel really bad if you broke or lost that. Just this girl have toast in her mouth. Oh my god. So she's definitely gonna run into the protagonist at some point. Uh, wow. Gonna hop the fence? Wow. With, with style. I feel like I just got robbed of a panty shot there. He's gonna like bonk her in the head with it. or no, she bonks him in the head. Just KO'd a Yakuza boy. I heard a crack. Also, I missed it in the chaos, but did we lose Locket? I did not feel much sincerity from that apology. And I'm going to assume that girl was the one that from the childhood promise, or her, I guess. She seems nice. I don't think she would make us bleed. I mean, when you put it like that. Apparently that blonde chick does. I wouldn't make this up. Oh no, Dana. She's a little bit close. So far we have 2 potential love interests. I assume the 2 main ones. Because I know there's at least 2 of them. I don't know if there's any more than that. I don't think we got the other girl's name yet. Although I think we're about to. Kirisaki, is that what you said? Chitoge Kirisaki. Okay, she's a hafu. So that one's gonna blonde hair. Hey, those legs are dangerous. Don't get too close. Is it gonna be near our protagonist? Man, he was still in the happy mode from Onodeta stuff too, and now it's all ruined. The one that just, KO'd me. Do you not remember that? Barely. I don't know if that even qualifies. Oh, so they shooting confetti. Maybe she doesn't have much experience apologizing. So let's not be too hard on her. He just blew a blood vessel. Okay, so now you need a new apology to him, so we're making backwards progress. Although I guess he owes her one too, if he called her a... What do you call her? Gorilla Girl? Yeah, something like that. Maybe she had a rough day. But I can definitely see them trying to have a, opposite with Onodeta. Comparing, each edge of the spectrum is what I'm trying to say. And you're not paying attention to teacher one bit, are you? Oh yeah. He lost a locket. He definitely lost a locket. That important childhood item. Because you made me lose it? Well, he also shouldn't have been, swinging it around and stuff. That didn't help at all. Yeah, she wants to help, and she didn't even cause a problem. So what's your problem, Kirisaki? A really nice looking one. You can't miss it. that ring a bell for you? Is that a hint that she's the one that from the childhood promise scene? I would accept that deal if I was him. Of course, we can safely assume there's going to be a lot of interactions between them going forward. Why? Why would you do that to me? Do you not see us not getting along well? I mean, things changed a little bit since that promise. Second day with a vicious woman. Well, he can write pretty quick. Don't I know it? Oh, is he sharing notes to help her out? Did he notice that she was struggling? Or half... I was gonna say half girl, but that sounds... that doesn't... Oh, wow. Wow, that was a that was a good zoom in there. In what universe are we close? That thing. Friendly vibe. Not sure I picked him on that. I mean, I have noticed that, but have you noticed how violent she is? I mean, she is, even if she's, you know, personality issues. Apparently also quite athletic. I mean, we already knew that from the wall. Okay, well. I really don't think she appreciates the monkey references. Please don't assault him too much. And the show has Shaft vibes all over the place. Then the gang that was mentioned earlier. That girl's gonna be like the daughter of the other gang, isn't she? That would explain so much. Because he just talked about her upbringing and all that. Because when he said that, I was thinking, well, you had a Yakuza upbringing, and things kind of clicked after that. That's a girl that definitely does not have a Yakuza upbringing. Yeah, this is clearly his main love interest right now. But I can imagine Kirisaki worming her way into his heart through the course of the show. Because I'll be honest, she kind of gives me vibes of like that childhood friend character that loses to the new, you know, more exciting girl that shows up in the protagonist's life. Like, she kind of gives me that vibe. But we'll see. Can we, like, check a lost and found box? Good question. It's very vague. What exactly do your parents do? I mean, because I have my guess. That long flowing hair. Did he realize something? Is that the scent from your flashback? So they're giving hints about basically from both of them, so that's probably gonna be like a big mystery in the show, which of them it was. Casual Yakuza gang battle over here. That's how it goes. Man, a full week so far. Is that not her? Is that a Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei reference? That you're dating? I mean, that's, yeah, of course, that's what they would, the conclusion they would jump to. Because a guy and a girl can't just hang out and be friends. That's not possible, apparently. I do love how triggered she is over it. Nice. She's nice, guys. Did you hear that? I'm gonna look up her voice actress because I swear she sounds like Hanakana. She's got a point. It's got precious memories attached to it. Yeah, he just like sleeps with his pendant. I mean, that girl may have been you, so... Although if it is, she doesn't remember. Oh, well, we're all three together now. You're kind of seeing a bit too much here. Yeah, you definitely said too much. So you even caused it to rain, Kirisaki. I mean, she really... It couldn't be helped, given everything. Like, she was really kind of stabbing at a very... What's the word for it? Weak spot, sensitive spot. When it's partially her fault, it's gone to begin with, you know? Is she really? I don't know if I believe you, but she wouldn't lie, I mean... You're kind of fidgety. Oh, did she find it? Is she just gonna throw it at him? You really shouldn't do that. Did you catch it with your teeth? You just hand it to me. I mean, I appreciate you found it, but... That's the thing. I mean, she must have felt bad and, yeah, kept looking for it. So, yeah, there's a little bit of niceness deep under all that anger and mean words somewhere in there. I, would it kill her to be a bit more friendly? I mean, if she's a Yakuza girl, I kind of get it, but... He's a Yakuza boy and he's friendlier than she is. But you can't do that, the show just started. Again, she's kind of the opposite of Chitsuge. Yeah, Yeah, she really is coming across as knowing a lot about this. Yeah, right now I'm definitely leaning towards that. But I feel like I'm going to flip-flop a lot through the course of the show. So he's got to figure out this, that Chitoge is a Yakuza girl before the end of the episode, right? I feel like that's probably what we're gonna leave off on. Oh, she does have a key. But is it the key? Well, the way we can find out is if she shoves it into his lock. It kind of jump scared me a little bit. Oh yeah, he did say that. Is that going to be the Chitoge thing? Because they're not going to try to have some kind of like, what's the word for it? Like union by marriage of the two clans? Is that what they're going to try to do here? Because it's like a perfect setup for it. Yeah, I feel like that's where this is going. Yeah, would you mind just having some other blonde Yakuza girl as your lover, you know? Yeah, wait till you find out who it is. What was that blush? Oh, is she already here? He is gonna be so upset. I mean, he was already having a rough time. Yeah, it's her voice. Prepare for disappointment, Chitoge. And he also has the other girl that he likes too, so. Here it is. I can feel my life crumbling around me. Yeah, there was that. What, the smell was a Yakuza thing? Okay, I thought it was like a perfume thing. Okay, okay, gotcha. I guess it's just kind of decided. 3 years. It's like all of high school, basically. At least it didn't say, like, get married. So I guess it's, you know, better than that. And that was our first episode. We got a ED. Paper Airplane. Actually, I guess this could be the opening. I don't think we had one. This might be the opening. I'm almost positive it's the opening. Those doors are so fancy. We're gonna jump downstairs. It's pretty dangerous, man. Click. Oh yeah, Claris, however you pronounce that. Yeah, it definitely sounds like a Claris song. Oh. Looks like they're implying there's more than one key. Yeah, so which one will be the key? And what's the other key too? So most likely, yeah, Chitoge has a key somewhere. So basically the opening was just a trip to school. Waking up, going to school. Okay. That was the first episode of Nisekoi, and I'd say that was a pretty solid start. I loved all the shaftness that was very prominent everywhere on just like artistic style choices and whatnot. Like some of to do with lights, the like old war film kind of filter they had for the very beginning because it was a flashback, right? 10 years isn't exactly long enough for that kind of technology to be the norm, but still, it got the point across of it being the past. And just the overall style of it looked great. And yeah, we got some pretty good character designs. The characters look pretty good. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up Onodera as a voice actress, wasn't I? I was totally gonna do that. Yep, that is indeed Hanakana. I had a feeling. The voice was a little bit subdued. It wasn't like full Hanakana, but it was Hanakana enough where I was pretty sure it was Hanakana. But anyway, yeah, there's her, and there's Chitoge. I might as well look up Chitoge's voice actress while I'm on the page. Toyama Nao? Let's see, do I know her from anything? Anything at all? Let's see. Oh, she was in Marimashita Iruma-kun. That's cool. Oh, she's Rin from Yuru Camp. I would not have guessed that. Not at all. Let's see. Anything else prominent? Oh, she's the Elephant Goblin Slayer. That's cool. I can kind of hear that now. A little bit. Okay, she was in Dumbbell. Carolyn Tuesday. Yeah, a decent amount of things, I would say. Rin was the most surprising one because that's like a very different type of character. But yeah, the premise of the show is somewhat simple. We have a character who made a childhood promise to a girl. He got a locket, she has a key, and there's like promise to be married, but he apparently like lost contact with her after that, and it's kind of up in the air whether or not the girl remembers at all, right? A couple girls brought up different possibilities. Maybe she remembers, maybe she doesn't. Stop scratching out the carpet. So, but it's still important to him if he still wears it like as a daily basis sort of thing. So he clearly values it, even though he was just kind of swinging around, which I really wouldn't recommend doing that. Like that's how you get things lost, and it kind of became an issue. But yeah, one unique aspect of this is the fact that our boy is like a Yakuza heir, essentially, right? Which is pretty cool. It means some very like exciting entrances to school. Like everyone else is just kind of like trying to avoid eye contact going to the school, right? So he doesn't have a girlfriend, but he does seem to like Onodera. Like that's, I guess, would be his ideal girlfriend up until this episode, right? So and she very much is like the kind, sweet childhood friend sort of character, and so I definitely get why he likes her. But his life got kind of flipped upside down when Chitoge shows up, our blonde girl, a very athletic blonde girl. The scene where she was climbing up the wall was great, all the like camera work and everything, it looked good. And then just bam, right in the face, blood everywhere. She gave some half-ass apology and then just bolted, but luckily he had a chance to talk to her again, like meet up with her. So whenever you got a hit and run, it's always good if you can like hunt down the person and get contact information and get some kind of compensation, right? Although he didn't really get that. I mean, technically she helped him find the locket, which I guess sort of makes up for it, but I don't know. It's debatable because she hit him again at a certain point after being called a gorilla. Which, he should apologize for that, to be fair, but still. A verbal insult, it's not a good enough reason to use violence. It's just not, especially in the middle of a classroom. But yeah, they sit next to each other in the class. I think he was given the assignment to like guide her and all that. But he does still want to be nice to her. Like he gave her his notes or whatever because she does seem to struggle with Japanese a little bit, at least on the writing side of things. She's obviously very fluent. I picked up on that because she is like a hafu, half American, half Japanese. I think she said. But speaking is one thing, writing is a whole other beast. Like you gotta put a lot of effort into that, memorizing those 2,000 to 3,000 kanjis if you actually want to be able to read Japanese books and stuff. So a little bit hard to keep up with it with like the teacher writing on the board and stuff like that. I definitely get that. But rumors are flying around about them being a couple and all that because of how much time they spend together. But Chitoge, not a big fan of any of that. But yeah, she's very much a tsundere kind of character, a violent one. Because obviously she's not a bad person, because if she was, she wouldn't have spent all that time trying to get the locket back, right? But it's like any niceness, any goodness she has is like buried under a lot of violence, aggression. short-temperedness. You know, it's buried under a lot of that stuff, but it is there. So I'm sure they will grow closer over time. But see, anything else I wanted to say about the episode? Yeah, I mean, we had the surprise at the end about them getting together, which it makes sense. They were setting it up so much where they're being very vague about what Chitoge's family does. They kept talking about Yakuza stuff. You know, around the same time they talk about new Yakuza gang, we have a new girl. We have some important thing he wants to talk about. The girl happens to be about his age, go to his school. Like, it just really felt like they were just... This puzzle was getting put together all around me, and when there was a few pieces left to slot in, it finally clicked in my head. That's kind of what it felt like. I did like the overall build-up to that reveal. I thought it was handled pretty well. But, yeah, like I said, the big mystery is going to be who the girl is, because it can only be one, right? But both Onodera and Chitoge are both solid candidates for that. So it's a matter of who it is. Because Onodera really came across as knowing more than she should. Like, it almost felt personal to her as she was talking about this stuff to him, trying to be encouraging. And we also had Chitoge kind of trying to be dismissive of it and stuff like that. But it's hard to say because the show is probably going to deliberately try to mislead me in different directions until we finally get the truth. So I really can't... I'm not going to, like, there's no hill I'm going to die on as far as, like, this is the correct answer to this mystery. Like, I'm definitely not going to be doing that in regards to anyone anytime soon. But it'll be interesting to continue to get clues about that going forward. But, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the first episode so far. I'm eager to watch more. And, yeah, if you like this, I hope to see you in the next one. So, until then, bye-bye.